Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see a man who's been in charge for more than a decade, Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions, as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by, our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. From up top, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. And Charles, an NFC North matchup here, the so-called black and blue division.
Atta baby, show that age.
It's going to be a battle in 2019 as well. Who do you like out of this division?
Well, Chicago is a defending champion, and they play defense as well as anyone in the league, so you have to like their chances to repeat. Minnesota thought they were going to run the division, had a rough year. That's not normal Vikings football. They'll get back into the fray. Green Bay had such an underwhelming season last year. They changed coaches, but they still have number 12 throwing the football. And Detroit, they're on a crusade to eliminate bad football and get back to being the Lions that roar.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Lions. Number 9, Matthew Stafford under center. And working with a new offensive coordinator this year who has said, we are a running team. Not something you hear much nowadays, so it remains to be seen what that will mean for Stafford's numbers in 2019. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And now the offense for Detroit.
Running back Kerryon Johnson was drafted out of Auburn in the second round in 2018 to become the Detroit Lions' lead running back, something they haven't had in a long time. In fact, in 2018, he ran for over 100 yards in a game in September, the first Lions back over 100 yards since Reggie Bush on Thanksgiving Day in 2013. They're hoping that continues, and he'll be the 3-down runner that they've been seeking.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford. He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field. Because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Lacey's got the first and a little extra. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Stafford feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Shamar Stephen in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. Get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 40, 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Blue 60! Check, walk 54, walk 54. Come on, dude!
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run with McKissick. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They will run it. It's McKissick. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. And that only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Hey, we're set. 280. 54. Line 54. Focus, defense, focus. What happened? 50.
This one complete to Lacey. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Set. Kill it, 20. It's our time. It's our time. 55.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
First down, Lions.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A carry now for McKissick. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
He goes, set, 280. Check right 54, right 54. Let's go.
On first down, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cousins now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it third down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's McKissick. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Hey, lady! Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Let's get it.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Mike. Lady. 55, Mike. You gonna get this boy?
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll run forward with Bo Scarborough, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Lions have taken the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins now from the 50. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Cousins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Stafford now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
To throw again, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Stays on his feet. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump off, but it'll set up 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Give to Cook out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They go play action. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the #1 option in an offense, and that never used to be the case. So now how do you even match up with them? Quarterback, safety, linebacker, all 3 will have deficiencies against the best tight ends in the game.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a 1st as he's tackled at the 47. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Johnson, and an alley to run. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Again, it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Check 50, check 50.
On first down, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Anthony Barr brought him down. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This is complete. Cousins to Treadwell. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devon Kennard gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
Viking field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Switch up.
Throwing again. Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run. This is Scarborough. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Set. 180. 55. Eat. All you get
On 1st and 10, Stafford going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Johnson on the counter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And it's caught here, Amendola. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. The tackle made there by Jarrad Davis.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Check the backer, check the backer.
They run it again with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Watch out.
On first down, it's Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On play action, Cousins. It's caught, Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a special play there by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film in preparation for this game, told the head coach now's the time. He got the green light, and they worked it to perfection.
Extra point try by Bailey. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep, man up.
From the 36, Stafford looking sideline, incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle,
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Deshaun Hand, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They run, Cook, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd and long for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Amendola. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This one complete to Lacey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
To number 15. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
Set. Ladies. Line 54. Line 54. Go on. Come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Watch the run. Watch the run. That's baby.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Complete to Danny Amendola. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
The Lions on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 59-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He may need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 4th-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Returnable for Sherrills. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Trey Flowers picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Cousins pass intended for Champion. Incomplete.
A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. He'll get this one to Galladay, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Stafford. His throw incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now they'll run it with Scarborough, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Operating from the gun, Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 8 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Prater on to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins, and this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins on 4th down. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Lions will take over. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Set, 280. 5. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll run it with Johnson. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 10, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 42 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Watch the twins.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay
sweat.
with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.